All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second pod of the 2025-26 Boys and Boys and Friends Fantasy Basketball League. I'm here with Ethan Alba, commissioner of the Ethan All Balkans. Did I say that correctly?
You did,
Yes.
yes.
And we're basically 2 weeks in. We thought let's make a power rankings because with 10 teams, I couldn't make a power rankings last week. I mean, it's one game, I feel like we needed some more time. So this edition will be going through from 10 through 1. So you want to start at number 10?
Let's do it. I don't think it's a surprise.
Yeah, we both have the stream team. Some numbers I have currently last in the league in field goal percentage, rebounds, steals, and points. Second to last in both blocks and assists. So really nothing. The only good thing for AJ is VJ Edgecombe when I looked at his team. Currently he's averaging 25 and 5 with a steal, shooting 50, 43, and 82. So good pick by AJ, obviously, because he could have been waiver wire fodder like in the beginning of the year if he hadn't have drafted him. Um, but obviously, you can chime in on it. The trade that recently happened, just what I think it was maybe less than was it today or maybe yesterday? Less than
I
24
guess
hours ago, I
this
feel.
morning,
Yeah, this
yeah.
morning.
I don't know. Again, we've talked about it a lot. I think and to quote Mark, like these guys just don't have patience. The stream team was, I mean, if you looked at their roster before these trades went through, they were staring 0 and 8 in the face,
Hmm.
especially with Trey Young going down. And to me, it's just like let them fall to 0 and 4, 0 and 5. One thing about AJ that I really respect, he never gives up. So
Yeah.
he's going to continue to try to make moves, but when he's 0 and 5, there's not a lot of leverage there. I still think uh Jordan and Evan could have gotten the guys that they wanted if they just waited a little bit longer. So I think they bailed them out a little bit. I still don't have high hopes for the stream team though.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think you said it perfectly. I mean, I think if we were to talk about the trades, I think AJ won both of them. So obviously this is just number 10 as of obviously right now. Haven't seen a full week with any of the new players he's gotten. Um, but yeah, I mean, he still has what? He still has PG, Garland,
Kobe
Embiid,
White,
Kobe White, Embiid. No, he traded Kobe White. No, you're right. He got
yeah.
Kobe White. My apologies. He got Kobe White. Embiid. I'm sure I'm forgetting some other person that gets hurt. I mean, he still has a lot of question marks, but obviously he's better now than he was even 2 days ago.
Yeah, I just think he told me he went from like 0 and 8 to 0 and 4. I still think like 0 and 4 is not a good place to be.
Oh, definitely. Especially with 10 teams, and like you said, the in-season tournament, if you're the last spot, you're playing the best team in your
Mhm.
division. So,
Yeah.
all right, let's move to number 9. All right, so our first discrepancy here. So I'll start with Vaughn. Um, Vaughn, he leads the league in steals. He's third in rebounds. So that's why, you actually mixed it up on mine. Vaughn's supposed to be 8.
Oh, my bad, my
My
bad.
bad. So here, if 9 is supposed to be Jordan, actually. So
Yeah.
Jordan, I have uh 9, mainly because of the trade. I put into account the trade, him trading 3 starters for a player who will miss 15 games in the Melo Ball, for Dylan Harper, who again is just in a crowded Spurs room, and someone he just dropped in Reed Shepherd. I don't understand why you would trade 3 starters for someone you're gonna drop, but again, he says that's why I'm not in his locker room or whatever the hell he says. Um, but I wanted to highlight Tyrese Maxey. I mean, he's been most improved MVP candidate. I mean, 33, 4, 9, and 1, shooting 47% from three on like 4.5 makes. I mean, that's pretty unbeatable. And then shout out Drew Holiday. I didn't know how he was gonna do with the Trailblazers, but 18, 5, and 8, shooting 48, 36, and 80. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and I spoke to Jordan and I understand his vision here because when it's fully healthy, it's LaMelo Ball, Tyrese Maxey, and Anthony Edwards. Like that's 3 points galore, that's scoring galore. That's just like honestly probably the best backcourt that you can get in a 10-team league. So I understand all that. Again, to me, like the price was just too much for what you're giving up, especially so close or like we're less than 2 weeks from draft day. Like why didn't you just draft LaMelo? I know you wanted LaMelo. You should have just
I
taken
agree.
him. So I don't get it. It's the price was so steep. And I understand Jordan loves LaMelo Ball. He's a great categories player. So is Scotty Barnes. Like you traded someone that can go out and get a triple double. He's had a couple of 30-point games. Like Scotty Barnes is no slouch either. So I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I'm not as low on Jordan as you are, I will say.
Yes, yes. And then I'll just stick with Vaughn. So, like I said before, he leads the league in steals, third in rebounds. Obviously, Luka Doncic. I mean, this is recording as of what, November 2nd at 9:16 p.m. on the dot. Luka's averaging 45, 11, and 7. I mean, that's utterly unbelievable. I know he missed a game, but utterly unbelievable. And then he's Pascal Siakam, who's shooting 56% from the free throw line, which I thought was crazy low. But with Matherin and they've had some nights where they've 8 people out. He's averaging 25, 9, 5, and a steal. So Pascal Siakam was a good pick for Vaughn. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think for Vaughn, you're hoping Ja gets traded at this point. I mean, because I was looking like, yeah, the coaches aren't playing him. He's shooting 15% from three on 5 attempts. You gotta I think his time is over in Memphis. I don't think the whole gun and bomb and all that stuff like just works. Like I think it's like a mixture of everything that's happened over there, and I just don't think he wants to be in Memphis.
Yeah, I agree. And I think just like looking at Vaughn's team, I'm getting a little nervous that it's just the Weight Watchers of old. Like when they're healthy, they're clicking. But again, we know AD's out now. Um, and again, Ja got suspended. So I put him higher on my list just because on a per game basis, like I think his team should be pretty good. It's just we don't know if it'll ever come together. And I just don't trust Vaughn, honestly, as a manager to like to fill in the holes when it's needed.
Mhm.
So
I agree.
yeah.
And then I had Evan pretty high. We'll see later, but you had him at 9. Why don't you explain that?
Yeah, so when I just like kind of pull down, I think as you did, Brady, like where they're at stats wise, like the Russ sexuals are just not great at anything, which to me is a little concerning. And then I look at the roster and it kind of makes sense. Um, it's just a lot of like, I mean, besides Cat, like Cat's a phenomenal rebounder. Um, Outside of that, it's just scoring. And I get like scoring, scoring is what gets you on the court and allows you to get other stats, but I just don't really trust like I don't see guys that are gonna go out and get 8+ assists. I don't see guys that are gonna go out and get 12+ rebounds besides Cat. His big men are so inconsistent. Like DeAndre Ayton is gotta be so infuriating to watch. Um, I'm not a huge I just don't see the peripheral stats. I know this team's going to score and they should score decently efficiently, but outside of that, I'm not loving what I'm seeing from the Russ actuals. And trading Bane, I just
Yeah,
don't get it.
because I had Bane last year, and I like, yeah, like he's doing the same thing he did now that he did last year. Like the first 2, 3 weeks is just like, why aren't you shooting the ball? Why aren't you making shots? Like it's everything. And now, granted, I do think that he's in a bad situation in Orlando, or at least they just haven't figured out how to use him effectively with Franz and Paulo. Um, but I don't think trading for Kyrie is necessarily like the move. Um, because right, we don't technically know when he's coming, right? Then let's say it's February.
I mean,
February.
I see an article that Jason Kidd's like, you could be back before 2025. I don't understand how they're going to rush 33-year-old Kyrie Irving.
Mm.
I don't see that happening.
Yeah. I mean, so that trade's more of like, I mean, hey, like if he can get his way into the playoffs and Kyrie's playing, I mean, yeah, that will look like what a good trade down the line. But I think also he maybe didn't even need to I feel like he could have made this trade like later on. Like he could have waited
Hmm.
another 2 weeks, see if Bane really is that bad. And I know AJ loves Bane. AJ probably still would have taken him for Baba, you know? So I think maybe he did the trade a little bit too early, for that point. Um, and then you said you put yourself seven, or I mean eight. Why eight?
I mean, we're just really hurt right now. And like the stats just aren't there. I've had the fortune of being able to play the stream team. So like I'm gonna be 1-1. But like, dude, I look at my schedule. I played Lem, like we're gonna see in the power rankings, a lot of the West is towards the top,
Mm,
and I have all those guys to play. So there's a real chance that like I feel good about my team. There's a real chance that I could be 1-5, 2-4. And like I said, I don't want to be 0-4, or I don't think the stream team wants to be 0-4. Like, I don't want to be 2-4. It's not a good spot to be.
mm.
And I just really didn't budget this many injuries. So
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous.
Well, why don't you click to the number seven spot? Because that's where I had you ranked, the number seven spot. Second in field goal percentage, third in assists and steals in the league currently. Highlighted Sangoon, 22, 8, 7, two steals and a block, shooting 47, 52, 78. So 52% from the three-point line is very surprising. I haven't been paying attention. Obviously, I know he had that crazy opening game where he shot like five threes. What has he done? Does he make like two a game or not really?
Yeah, his shooting's been good, but he
Okay.
has come back down to earth. The scoring has kind of fallen a little bit in the last couple
Mhm.
of games, but he is doing what I was hoping he was doing, and kind of being like a baby Jokic, where the rebounds and assists are high sevens to like low tens every game.
Yeah. And then obviously, yeah, I pointed out your injuries, Brandon Miller, De'Aaron Fox, Norman Powell, just, missing some key pieces.
Yeah, and is unfortunate because this is exactly what I said I wanted to avoid this year. But I think when I got into the draft, and let me know your opinions on this, Brady, like everyone wants players that are going to play a lot of games that are good. Like it's just hard to
Yeah.
find those guys, and you have to take a couple of shots. And I think right now, like the chances that I took on some injury-prone players have not worked out.
Yeah. And I mean, like I said, Stephon Castle's having a pretty good game today. We'll see how De'Aaron Fox looks in that role. And then, I mean, Brandon Miller should be back any second, no?
I have no idea.
Oh,
He
maybe
he went
not.
and got a second opinion. I don't
Oh,
know. He could be
okay.
back tomorrow. He could be out for like the next two
Yeah.
months. I
Yeah.
have no idea.
Who knows?
No idea. And
Uh,
I
yeah.
also really quick, one more thing I want to say about the Russ Sexuals. I will give them a little bit of grace. Like they still have to play the Weight Watchers and the Stream Team. So like those are two games that maybe they should take care of. So I get where like Evan has a sense that like I don't need to necessarily super focus on like right now, but I just don't think his team's good enough to be making moves for a guy that we don't know when he's coming back for.
Yeah. I can see that. And then any last tidbits on Vaughn while you had him at number seven?
I just think I guess like it's the same kind of situation where I'm at, where like the injuries are here now. I just think Vaughn's ceiling is a little bit higher because Anthony Davis is so good, and John Morant should be good. I don't know
Mhm.
anymore with John Morant, actually. I don't even believe what I'm saying. So I don't,
Just gotta have to see it to believe it at this point.
yeah. It
Um,
really depends on where he goes.
yeah, I completely. And we also talked about like who has the capital to even obtain him, or who would want to give away the capital to even obtain him through a trade. It seems like it's gonna have to. I mean, it's not the NFL. You can't. Are there buyouts in the NBA? I'm not sure. I mean, it'd have to be something like that. I mean, or I think there was a buyout, right? Didn't the Suns
Yeah.
do that with KD or Bradley Beal?
Yeah. I think the issue with the buyout is like John Morant's owed like 120 million over the
Yeah,
next
it's
3 years. So it's really tough. And
uh,
I think I don't know all the buyout details, but I'm pretty sure like the Grizzlies would be on the hook for all
Oh, I
120
mean,
million.
and also like yeah, I mean the Grizzlies probably definitely don't want to do that. It's more of just like what are realistic ways you could get off the Grizzlies? I don't know if there's any. At least this year, maybe next year, who knows?
Yeah.
But all right, so let's see who we had ranked at number six. All right, so here's where I had Evan, the rest sexuals, and you had Jordan. So what I found about Evan, he's first in the league in free throw percentage. Shout out Zach Levine, 29, 3 and 1, uh, making 3.7 threes per game, shooting 50, 40, 90, 53, 40, 94, and Kawhi Leonard shooting 50, 40, 90, averaging 23, 6, 3, and 2 steals. So he has two players on his team shooting 50, 40, 90, which is pretty impressive. Um, he had a bad pick in Cam Johnson. I know like we hyped him. I was really high on Cam Johnson
Mhm.
on the Nuggets. And I just I don't know how he's gonna work with that whole Nuggets team. It's very weird what's going on right now. But I know he was telling me he's hyped about Cedric Coward for the Grizzlies because who knows when Ja will come back. But I put Evan at number 6 because I had a really close game with him. I mean, if it wasn't for Donovan Mitchell hitting 7 threes, that could have gone differently tonight. Um, but I still think he has like a decent side. I still think he's a good team. He's really good forward play and guard play. He obviously just, his centers are up and down. Like who knows how like who knows how long like Nemes Queta is going to be on his team and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this Cedric Coward guy now, actually. Yeah, this guy actually looks pretty solid.
Yeah.
So, no, might not. I just, again, there's just a lack of like peripheral stats, especially in rebounds and assists, that I don't love it. So,
Yeah. I mean, Michael Porter Jr., 17 rebounds today. I didn't even realize that was a crazy stat. Oh, yeah, Michael Porter Jr., he had 17 points, 17 rebounds, 2 for 12 from three. Go look at that.
I mean, to, that's ridiculous, but that's going to be the Michael Porter Jr. experience, and I think
Yeah.
at the end of the season, Evan's probably going to win a game because MPJ does something incredible, and Evan's
Mhm.
going to lose a game like he did today because MPJ is just
Yeah.
a terrorist.
I was gonna say I think I won today because so he had Isaiah Joe who was 3 for 5 at halftime, and this was before Donovan Mitchell was really doing anything. And then Isaiah Joe proceeded to come out and go like 0 for 5 in the second half from three. So that was really clutch. But Brunson had a really good game today. He's still going to do good. And I know Cat had a good game today, but before today's game, he was averaging only 15 points, shooting 37% from the field. So obviously with the first pick in the draft, like we both know Cat can play better than that. And obviously Evan needs Cat to, step up to that first round level if he wants to see any more success.
Yeah, and I think, and this is the last thing I'll say about Evan's team. What worries me is like building a team around efficiency is just kind of scary because I feel, sometimes you just have bad weeks. I'd rather have, I feel that counting stats are more sticky. Guys that average 10 assists are normally going to go out and get 10 assists. Whereas, like, you're going to have bad games. Cat's a phenomenal shooter. And like you said, he's shooting 35% right now. So that's what worries me a little bit about being such an efficiency driven team.
Yeah, and it's interesting you bring that up because or firstly, do you have anything to say about Jordan at number 6? Everyone already said.
Uh,
Because I had him at 9. I mean, again, it was mainly just because I just don't think the trades he did really helped him. Getting rid of 3 starters. But he still obviously has Ant, Maxey, now LaMelo. But
yeah, I think. And Andy is Tyler Hero. I just really believe in the backcourt. Like I think if
mhm,
it's healthy, like it's going to be really difficult to stop. And again, those are guys that are stat sheet stuffers. Like LaMelo Ball, when he is healthy,
yes.
is going to be close to a triple double. Like
Hmm.
that's what I want. Tyrese Maxey is going to go out and he's going to get you a good amount of assists. Like Ant's going to chuck a bunch of threes. I just like the volume of his backcourt and I believe in that. So.
Hmm. And why you go to number 5? So. Both have the Indiana Truck Buds, right? So I was debating myself between 5 and 4, but I ended up on number 5 just because my team is just the most inefficient probably the most inefficient team in the first 2 weeks, probably in fantasy basketball history. Um, on my team of players that I actually consider like, on my like, not waiver wire fodder. out of my team's players who attempt at least 3.5 threes a game, I have 8 players shooting under 35%. That is not good at all. Not a recipe for success. And you said that you didn't like building around efficiency. I gotta say, this reminds me of a lot of my teams from previous years where I didn't win a championship. I did not care about uh percentages at all, and I was really just going for the number stats. And the one year I won, I focused more on the actual percentage stats. And now I can, you know, the only thing that I like about shooting like crap is that, the advantage you have is you can pick up anybody in the fucking world. Like it
Hmm.
doesn't matter, right?
Hmm.
And I guess it's just my team because I have like Jordan Poole who like and fucking Derek White, man. I mean, like they're just gonna fucking shoot like shit. So it's like, at least I can like I don't feel as bad if someone goes like 2 for 10 because I'm like, all right, you know what? That's my team. At least just like put up the shots. But I will say that like I don't think it's a recipe for success, like just giving away 3 categories to begin with.
Yeah, I think it's so tough because again, I just said like with Evan's team, I don't think that you should focus on like being an efficiency driven team. But to your point, like you can't give up 3 categories a week. Like
Exactly.
it
Yeah.
makes the margin of error so thin, and especially like you look at a team like Gage. Like I'm prepping for Gage this week. Like, dude, I need to win at least 2 shooting categories to even have a chance because
Yeah.
he's just so good at the counting stats. So,
Mm,
but again, I agree with you. It helps in who you can pick up, and numbers are just so volatile that I think it'll work out. I just believe again in kind of your superstars at the end of the day, Brady and Shea and Donovan Mitchell. Like you
mhm.
said, Spido won you the game today.
Yeah.
That's why you have him on your team, and that's someone that I believe in, and that's why I have you at 5.
Yeah. For me, I highlighted Alex Sarr, 17, 8, 4, and 2 blocks, shooting 53, 42, 77, SGA 33, 5, 6, a steal and a block, 52, 89, only 26% from three. Um, but I will say what I do like is my team is pretty good in blocks this year. I'm second in the league in blocks, something that I don't think, like I'm pretty sure if I go in the ESPN app because it will say, over the 6 year period, how many percentage wise, how many of the times you win in a certain category. I got to make sure. I'm pretty sure I'm like under 20% in blocks.
Yeah, and I'll say this too, Brady. Like, I like that
Yeah.
you leaned into the blocks because, like, Shea and Derek White are the 2 best blocking guards, like, in the league.
Hmm.
And that's not something that, like, you really think about. But if you can just chip in, 2 blocks a game from the guards, like, dude, that's really important. Blocks are a very, very rare stat. And you add that to Alex R. and Miles Turner, who I know is, like, struggling offensively, but.
But he's
I
getting the
think I think they'll
blocks.
pick it up. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, over my 6 year history, I win blocks 31% of the time. Every other category is 50 or above. And now this year I've won blocks in back-to-back weeks. So I do like that. Um, I need to improve my free throw shooting. Little trivia for you. So Stephon Castle, who I was just bragging about, so he attempts 8 free throws a game currently. What do you think his free throw percentage is?
Is it like it's got to be like low 70s, 73, 74?
It's 50%.
No
Stephon
way. What was it
Castle's
last year?
I think it was in like this. I think it was in the 70s. Stephon Castle is shooting 50% from his 3 foot line. Like that is almost like it's hurt. Like I want to build. I need better free throw shooters, but also Castle's playing so well. I can't get rid of him. But it's just like damn. Like I got to take advantage of Shea's 89%. Like I mean, it also
Hmm.
doesn't help. Like you know, I have a lot of low 80, 70% free throw shooters. Like maybe that's something I got to work on as a team. But yeah, I just thought
Yeah,
that was
man.
absolutely insane.
No, that blows my mind. And I know too, like, I guess Shay's up to 87%. I thought he was struggling a little bit to start the year, but I mean, I don't know. I think you'll be fine in free throws. I know, like, the model that, Evan had kind of employed in the past is your free throws are really going to be dependent on who your best player is. So I think to your point, you do want to kind of get those up.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, you can't drop Steph Castle. Like that
No,
dude's
yeah.
balling right
But it's
now.
just like, come on, like 50% from the free throw line. Like I know you can do better here. So
And on 8 a game,
yeah, yeah.
that's
As of
brutal.
today, before counting today's games, yeah, he was averaging like 8 free throws a fucking game.
Yeah. Ugh.
But all
All
right, let's
right.
go to number four.
Okay.
Wow, okay. So you had Iowa City. I had Ga or Cole, sorry. Cole. Uh for me, Cole first in the league in field goal percentage and rebounds. Obviously Giannis leading the way 34, 13, and 7 with averaging a block. So the assists I was really surprised about, shooting 68, 62 from the free throw line and 64, but he's only averaging like maybe two threes a game, maybe like more likely like one. But still, um, I mean, Giannis is playing out of his fucking mind. I mean, does he normally average like 5+ assists? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not
Yeah,
making that leap here that I haven't been paying attention over these past
I
few.
think so.
That jumped out to me. 7 assists.
Yeah, I'm looking at his stats now. Giannis has been a 5+ assist guy since 2016. So
Okay, so
like
yeah,
he's always done that
yeah,
now, but there's a huge difference between 5 and 7.
yes,
So
definitely.
if he can stay at 7, which like, dude, I don't see any reason why not. I admittedly I have not watched the Bucks, but like it's just him. So
Dude,
let him keep cooking.
I watched the Bucks for the first time. They're pretty damn good. They're pretty
Yeah.
damn good. I feel like they've found the right pieces around Giannis. Like because he just clogs up the lane. Like Miles Turner is a way better version of Brooke Lopez. AJ Green is a much younger and like 3 times better version than when they had Pat Connaughton. Like
Mhm.
Ryan Rollins, we'll get into him. Like they're super fucking good. Like Gary Trent Jr. is not a bad like I feel like the Bucks low key got it this year. Like they got a sneaky good team. Um, and then back to Cole. Obviously, Benedict Mathurin is coming back this week, so that's big for the Hollywood Heroes. Um, and then I also looked back at Dyson Daniels because I had some questions about him. So I know he had a decent game today, but yeah, like I said, he's only averaging 7 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. So not the greatest point rebound and assist totals. But with Trae Young out for 4 weeks, I mean, I feel like that will only go up. But yeah,
Yeah, no, I liked Cole's team going into this. The early returns have been good. He really should probably be 2-0. Um, I just think, yeah, I'm so pro Giannis. I just believe that he's a really good player to build around, and you can build a really, really, really good team. And I think we're starting to see that with Cole. Um, like you said, first in field goal percentage, first in rebounds. So yeah, I like what I've seen so far.
nice. And then you had Mark at number four.
Yeah, look, I said last week that Mark was, or 2 weeks ago, that Mark was the worst team in the league. He's out for respect as he
Hmm.
normally is. Um, I think it might be a little bit of a facade, but the power rankings are, reflecting where we're at currently, and his team has played well to this point. I don't know though. I still think. Like, what I will say, Lauri Markkanen and Matas Buzelis have been phenomenal. And if they keep playing this way, I do think that Mark's team will probably be a playoff team. But even still, I'm still not 100% bought in yet.
I, yeah, same way. Like his team's putting up too good of numbers to just avoid. But yeah, I mean, you don't know how much longer this Lauri Markkanen thing can last. Montas was a good pick. Um, and so he's second in the league in free throw percentage and three-pointers made, third in blocks and points. Um, Lowry's obviously he's averaging 32 points, shooting 50, 38, 87. And then shout out Chet Holmgren too. I know he's been out the past like
Hmm.
2 weeks, but he was balling out 23, 10, 2, stealing a block, 50, 56, 41, 85. That's pretty damn good. And can't lie, I mean he had some good pickups, at least against Vaughn. He definitely outcoached Vaughn, I will say, with the Asia Mitchell and the Devin Vassell pickups. Mark's not doing too bad for himself over in the pickup department. Um, Looking at the rest of his team, Trey Murphy had a decent game. Trey Murphy isn't doing as much as obviously. as a
The
fan. I'd like
Pelicans
him
are
to.
so bad, dude.
Dude,
They're
they
terrible.
just they are. Yeah. Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about Jordan Poole. Yeah, like they're I mean, he also won me the week shooting 7 threes from fucking nowhere, like
Yeah.
against the Clippers. But yeah, dude. Dude, he's coming off the bench too, by the way. He's coming off the bench. But he's still like playing 30 minutes. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah, the Pelicans are pretty tough. I don't know what yeah, I don't know how much more you can expect out of Trey Murphy this year. And then obviously, I mean, he's got LeBron James coming back
And
in like a week or so, I feel.
and that's something that I think when
Two
I
weeks, 2 weeks.
initially evaluated Mark's team, I didn't give enough credit because I remember being like, where are the stats? Now, one guy can't provide
Mhm.
all the stats, but LeBron is one of those dudes that week in, week out is going to give you like 30 rebounds, 30 assists. And that's going to go a huge way for this team, especially if Lauri Markkanen, Booz Ellis, and Chet can keep playing at the level that they're playing. Because if that's the case, then yeah, Mark's team is going to be good.
Yeah, and you can go to number three. That's where I had him. Obviously, he also has Steph Curry. I mean, Steph Curry's playing like a fucking
Hmm.
MVP right now. He's playing unbelievable. So, um, and I get Draymond Green's like things on my Instagram feed sometimes, like, and he's like, I think Curry's gonna like have a chance for MVP, and it's like, obviously, he's just saying that, but also like, I mean, I feel like Steph like does have a little chip on his shoulder, like right now, the way he's been playing. And obviously Jimmy's a nice addition to that as well. Um,
Yeah, I think, and I had a little bit of a tainted view on Steph last year just because I had him most of the season where they didn't have Jimmy. And I also remember saying, like, I don't think Jimmy's going to be a good trade there. Like, Jimmy Butler has fundamentally changed the Warriors. They are a really good team with him.
yep.
And he gives Steph the kind of breather. Because I remember, like, early last season, dude, like, especially when Jordan and I went to that OKC Thunder or the OKC Warriors game, like,
Hmm.
all you had to do was guard Steph and you won the game. It's not like that anymore.
Yeah,
So they've done a good job in supporting him.
yeah, I completely agree. And then do you have anything else on Cole while you put him number three ahead of Mark?
I just think that it's more sustainable.
Hmm.
Yeah, I just believe in the team build a little bit more.
Nice. Um, and then number two, we both had Lem, both had the same top two. I like it. So Lem first in the league in 3-point percentage and blocks. He's second in points and rebounds, and third in three-pointers made and field goal percentage. So he's everywhere in the top three. And I pointed out Jaylen Brown, 25, 4 and 4. Mainly it's his efficiency. Only 75% from the line, but that's about what he averages. But shooting 53 from the field and 46 from three. Very big, obviously. I wasn't expecting Derek White to like be putting up 25 and something, but I expected him to be putting up those efficiency numbers. So obviously JB was the better choice there. And then per potentially one of the best waiver acquisitions of the year so far. Keyshawn George, 18, 7 and 4, shooting 55, 54, and 62. Um, but yeah, I like Lem's team. Obviously, you can't forget Wemby. Um, he had a bad game today, but I was trying to look at the rest of his team. Like Devin Booker's been playing out of his mind. Kevin Durant is shooting a quiet 50, 40, 85. Um, Also, I'll give him credit for Walker Kessler. I know we talked a lot of shit about it. I mean, he still has his games where he does like nothing, but he's also hitting threes out of nowhere now this year. So, got to
Yeah.
give credit to him for that pick.
Yeah, and I think I mean this is just a Wemby effect. Like Victor Wembanyama is the only player in fantasy basketball that will single-handedly win a category. And when
Hmm.
you can do that, like it opens up so many opportunities for the rest of your team. On top of the fact that he's a great three-point shooter, he's a great, or I don't want to say great, but a decent three-point shooter, great at rebounds, gets good
Hmm.
stocks. Like he just does it all, and I think Lem has built a really good team around him, especially with the two players that you mentioned and Devin Booker. Actually, the three, Devin Booker, Jaylen Brown, and Kevin Durant. Like those
Hmm.
are three great, efficient scorers. Like
Yep.
I don't see the hole in Lem's team. That's what's scary. Like his worst two categories, he's sixth out of 10 in them. Like
Yeah.
Dude, that's tough to beat. It's really tough to beat.
Yeah, and I would also say like he's got people like the Miles Bridges or the Emmanuel Quickleys where like if one player's out for that team, I mean that person's stepping right up and just taking over. So he's
Hmm.
definitely got that thing for him. And obviously he still has Tatum and DeJounte Murray on his bench. So DeJounte Murray will obviously he'll be good because he'll control that Pelicans team and maybe hopefully for everyone else's sake, all every other player can feed off better from Murray coming back, but that's still not for a couple months. And then obviously, I mean, I still don't believe Jason Tatum will play at least this fantasy season. Um, I would hope he doesn't as a fan, so he doesn't just don't risk it. There's no fucking point. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
But
you got a good
obviously, yeah.
team.
Yeah. And then obviously number one, we both agreed Gage's grand team without a doubt leads the league points, assists, three-pointers made, second in three-point percentage and steals. Um, Shout out Julius Randle, 27, 6 and 5, averaging a steal a game, shooting 56, 47, 82. Julius Randle's playing out of his damn mind. Um, and obviously, even with Ant there, like he's really stepping himself up this year. Obviously, Austin Reeves, I mean, I obviously I don't think he's going to be putting up those same numbers, but still, I mean, he still looks like a great player to have. Again, we'll have to see what happens when LeBron comes back. Um, and then the other could be pickup of the year, Ryan Rollins.
Yeah, Ryan Rollins is. Look, I remember I picked up Cole Anthony and I said something to Gage like, we don't care, like Cole Anthony's here. Dude, Ryan Rollins is him. Like
Oh,
he's the man.
that's what I was saying. When I watched that Bucks game, like he was making some like he's uber athletic. Like he was like I didn't know he was athletic like that. And then obviously, I mean, if playing alongside Giannis, you know, will always help you.
Yeah. But no, I mean Gage's team is I wanted Giddy. Again, like Giddy's so good. But then I saw, his ADP second or third round. And I'm like, no way. Dude, he's returning that value right now. He's
Yeah,
damn
I
near
know
averaging
he.
a triple double.
But again, we'll have to see when Kobe White comes back. I mean, the only thing he'll probably take away from Josh Giddey would be points. I mean, you know, he can obviously still get the rebounds and assists, but yeah, he's still playing out of his mind. And it's kind of it's good because Sabonis hasn't been having the greatest year so far. He's been averaging really low in assists this season. Um, but also the Kings are also kind of like just a little bit better looking version of the Pelicans, if we're being honest. Like they're just kind of all over the place as well. Um, and then Cade Cunningham's still doing his thing. Anthony Simons has been shooting the ball a lot better for the Celtics. It looks like he's kind of found his role on that team. Um, it's just a lot of good players. He still has Malik Monk and Tyrese Halliburton on his IR. Um, yeah, I mean, best performing
Yeah,
team through the first 2 weeks. I mean, there's really there's no question about it.
I think the one thing that I guess if I had to critique is like I don't think Gage is going to be a plus shooting team like the rest of the season. I just looking at like Cunningham, Simons, Giddy, like those are all guys that can have some poor shooting performances. Same with Randall. So I do think there's going to be a couple weeks in there where, that they throw up some stinkers. But again, the counting stats are unbelievable and the scoring is unbelievable. And yeah, I'm nervous, dude. I play him this week and I don't feel very confident.
Yeah, no, he's definitely a team you don't want to be playing right now, that's for sure. The only thing that people can be hopeful for is obviously there are players that are coming back to these teams that maybe can take away some of some of the stuff he's getting, but obviously, I mean, he's doing great and he's still got plenty of room to make good pickups and we know Gage knows ball, so
Yeah. Now I gotta ask Brady, what are
mm.
you how are you feeling about I know we do this song and dance every year, but the West looks great, man.
The West does look good. I mean, again, we're only 2 weeks in. But I mean, I like the in-season tournament. That will be fun. Um, but I mean, all I can say is this is what it's been like the past like 4 years though. It's like the East is like really good. Like feel like every year we've had this league too, like maybe besides like one, maybe there was like one where me, Evan, and AJ were all like really, really good. I think yeah, there was one. I think there was one year where like it was like Mark, Jordan, and like Lem were like really bad, or I don't know, something like that. There's only four teams in each division, but um, other than that, like the West has like at least on paper like had if you were to compare 4v4, like has the edge like every year. You know, it always just comes down to actual like playing in the playoffs where just crazy fuck shit happens. Um, but yeah, I mean, I would be lying to, I mean, I have put three West teams in my top three. So, you know,
Hmm.
obviously I respect the West, you know. I know how good the numbers are doing. You can't give away the numbers, you know. Like this isn't my my Snapchat commish rankings where I just go based off of the wins and losses. You know, this is a lot more detailed, putting in the numbers, taking respect to some players like you know, I was just looking when I went through and found all these numbers, I was just like, damn, dude, like, can I get someone like that on my team? Like, I don't like all I have is really like SGA. Like, like I'm just like, damn, like, yeah, like definitely missed on some people, but hopefully Derek White. My biggest thing, like, I get like I get more pissed off when he starts the game like 2 for 3 or like 3 for 5 and then ends 5 for 14. Like that's just
Yeah.
like come on, bro. Like keep it a little bit like I'd rather like at least Jordan Poole if he's having a bad game he's 0 for 9 like from the beginning,
Hmm.
you know, like but whatever. That's just a little gripe. Like I need Derek White. Like if it wasn't for steals and blocks, I mean like geez Louise, like but yeah, no, I
Hey,
mean yeah.
we'll always take them. So we're here.
Always hit your line. But yeah, I mean, how do you feel? At least then, how do you feel about the East?
Um, I mean, look, I think the stream team is a non-factor this year. Again, AJ, and it's something I do admire about him. Like, always believes in his ability to get up, but only six teams make the playoffs. Like it's just going to be so much harder this
Hmm.
year. Um, I could definitely see a world where three of the four teams that miss the playoffs are from the West, but or from the East rather. Um, but it's early. There's going to be so many things that
Yeah.
change between now and week 6, week 10, week 18. So I don't want to say too much, but the early returns are great for the West, and I'm happy for our conference. But who knows? Maybe and by the way, Evan, this idea that you want to help out AJ is ridiculous. Like that was disgusting. That needs to be investigated. But I'll leave that for another
I think it
day.
just came out weirdly. But when I read that, I was like, that is kind of crazy. Um,
It's
oh, and then obviously, I mean, I was like, you know, big wake up call for me this week, obviously. I mean, hey, I will say though, I actually think it might have worked in like I was definitely not trying to do what I did, but it definitely worked. I think it worked out. I mean, I got Bub Carrington, or no, geez Louise. Bilal Coulibaly. I got Bilal Coulibaly,
yeah.
who I wouldn't have got if I got Josh or whatever, Josh Minot or whatever, and then Royce O'Neal. Maybe he's had a good game today. Maybe he can stay on my team as well. But yeah, still plenty of Ryan Rollin and Kayshawn George is out there in the waiver wire, that's for sure. I know Vaughn picked up Jake LaRavia. That might be the next one, but
Yeah. And again, I said it before. I love when the clock strikes 4 or 5 or 6 and there's like three pickups. I think it's great. I think it shows the league is in a great spot. You guys just gotta stop with the dumbass trades to
I was
AJ, dude.
I was gonna say, I mean, you don't you don't get excited when ESPN reports that, you know, the stream team is looking to keep Ray J or, you know, that the Chug
Oh,
Buds are
okay. Yeah, this is also ridiculous, AJ. Like we do not care. We don't care. Like you're the 10th power ranked team. We do not care what you're doing with Ray J Dennis and if he's going to contribute down the line. So it's just it's taking up data, man. Come on.
Picking up data. All right, well, thank you for creating this, Ethan, making a top 10 list with me. Next pod we have will be Sunday night, I believe. Let's try to do Sunday night before the first in-season tournament game. We'll have the bracket. we'll make our picks and we'll obviously talk about the teams then.
Yeah, maybe we'll get a special guest or two in there.
Yeah, oh, definitely, definitely. All right.
All right.
But thank
Talk
you
to you later.
guys.